We hear this word all the time in common language on the news, whether it's talking to a friend, but do we know what actually it is? My name is Daniella, and today I will be discussing what I think justice means. To me, justice means that no inequalities are made. So, that's common sense, you would think, right? But it's a lot complicated more than you think. So when you are trying to solve something like environmental justice, for example, which is a very hot topic now, like maybe you're deciding where to put a factory or where to put garbage, like a dumpster or something like that, and you pick an area that's not populated or something like that, injustices are made by doing that. Those people are affected. Just because there's less, or just because maybe they don't have as much power, like maybe it's an inequality thing or social class structure, that's a big issue. A lot of times where a lot of environmental issues take place is in low income areas. So in an area of a city, take a city for example. If you know New York City, for example, there are lots of different sections. There's Chinatown, there's Soho, there's all these different towns. And from one section of the city from another is completely different. So if I was the mayor and I just wanted to get the most money and do it the easiest way of getting rid of the city's garbage, and I decided, let's pick an area in the city to make it convenient. Step one, I would think, okay, which place is it not going to give me the most trouble? You pick an area where there's not a lot of politics involved. Maybe they're lower income. You're just like, that's fine. Just put it over there. Why is that? Why is it for big people in power to be okay to say, whatever, they don't have power. We have more money. We have more power. They will be fine, right? No, that is incorrect. So I am a math person. I like math personally. So I came up with a little equation per se on how to know if you are making injustices or making a justice. So to make a justice, you need to look at multiple perspectives. Are you doing good to all the living things there? Not just the people, but the trees, the plants, everything. Are you doing good for the living people? And to do this, you can use a method called sitting at every stone. So, to sit at every stone, imagine yourself in a circle. And at every single little block, kind of like a campfire, you sit there and you pretend you're that person. You become that person or living thing. And you see it through their eyes, in their perspective, what they think on your issue. And if their issue is not correct at one stone, you are making an injustice, you are done. You cannot do that way. Another aspect to my equation is the government. You need to have government involvement because you need some sort of regulation. You need to keep it orderly so that all people can experience the same good thing that you're creating with your justice. Another thing, part of the equation, is cultural ideas. A lot of people have different ideas and different things. When you go to a park, for example, you may be there to play on those swings or to run or something like that. But somebody else on the park might be there for a completely different thing. They think of the park as a completely different place. They may think of the park as a place of artistic value. They might be sitting there with a canvas painting. Everyone has different perspectives, and cultural influence is a big part of my equation. Another part of is research. Lots and lots of it. You need to have research in order to have a good justice. There's no easy ways in order to create a justice. It takes hard work, determination. You must push through. If you were creating something quick and easy, if you would just decided something like, well, I'm done with this, I'm just gonna throw this plastic bottle in the ocean. Do you think of all the little things before doing that? Take time, research the consequences, research the positives. We need to look at the positive aspect too. That's the most important thing. Nothing is absolute. No matter to create a justice, you will never find an absolute with anything. So you need to find a way in which the positives outweigh the negatives. And the negatives can't be for your purposes. It has to be like, it's like science saying, like, climate change, for example. A lot of people say, well, science is always theory, so how do you know climate change? You can't say climate change is real because there's no book on it. The universe didn't say, this is a book, here's climate change. You are correct in saying that, but you have to think of all the research done for it compared to all the research against it. So, yes. So, a little complicated, I understand that, but we'll all get there. It just takes a lot of hard work. You need to think about every aspect. Like I said earlier, sit at every single stone, think about everything. And another part, one of the most important part in my equation that I added to my justice equation is evaluation. It's a big deal, evaluation, because have you ever gone to school and they told you to write a self-paper describing yourself and explaining who you are as a person? That's what you need to do while creating a justice. You need to evaluate yourself because your work alone may seem correct the absolute way after a while. But what you need to do is find other perspectives, do peer review, do stuff like that in order to make sure that your equation, whatever kind of thing you're doing, whatever issue you're trying to solve, is still correct. That you need to reevaluate. Even that's what you need to do at the end of before you propose your project. And you need to do it every so often too. So, if I'm a government official and I want to pass some policy, I need to think about reevaluation every few months, I think, personally. You need to come back to that issue. Is it still relevant? Is my policy still working? Can I make improvements? Is there changing? Do I need to abolish it completely? These are the thoughts that should be coming into your head when thinking about justice. I would like to close by saying, be a force for justice, not injustice. Take time, take research, use my equation as a guiding thing. And I would be really curious for you guys to write your own equations in the comments below and tell me what you think your equation for justice is. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.